Douglas Cooling and Heating, serving the Birmingham area for 38 years. 988-3706. That's Douglas.
I'm James Spann. This is the morning edition of the Weather Xtreme video. This is for Wednesday, the 27th of July. Statistically, this is the hottest time of the year, the end of July, the 1st of August. And guess what? It's going to be hot today. Check some of the Skycam shots. By the way, the tropics are active. Maybe a system down in the Gulf here in coming days. Let's look at some of the Skycam shots around the network this morning, as we usually do at the insane hour of 5 o'clock. That's the Birmingham Skycam looking over toward the UAB campus, medical center complex there. It's mostly fair, a little bit of fog in spots. That's our Tuscaloosa Skycam looking down at the point where Interstate 359 merges into Lurleen B. Wallace Boulevard downtown. And from Jasper, to this day, when I see that building, that's the Walker County Courthouse, I think of what happened April 3rd, 1974. That was called the super outbreak of tornadoes, and that building had a direct hit that night, so long ago. All right, big old nasty heat ridge all across the deep south. And look at the water vapor satellite imagery showing drier air across the northern part of Alabama. So again, we're thinking today the bulk of the showers and storms will stay down south. Birmingham and points north, sure, there's always the chance of a shower, but probably not very many. Highs yesterday, familiar sight. I would not want to be in Wichita Falls, Texas this summer. That seems to be the ground zero for the heat. Looks like they did about 107 out there yesterday. Ouch. Around here, mostly low and mid-90s, and I think we'll be in the same shape today. Look at the cooler air up north. New England, the Great Lakes, highs up there only in the 70s. That sounds pretty good. Up on the watch warning map this morning, not much, just one watch that's expiring in Minnesota. That's going out as we do this update. But that's, again, where most of the active convection will be today, on top of the heat ridge, where there's a slight risk of severe weather. Pretty much the same thing tomorrow. We do note the old sea text is over us here in Alabama, and that's for the air mass storms that will pop up. We think tomorrow there will begin to be an increase in the number of storms, and they could pack a punch with maybe a few wet microbursts along the way. And on day 3, which is Friday, a slight risk again on top of the heat ridge up across the high plains. Rain for the next 5 days, valid through the weekend, valid through Sunday evening at 7 o'clock, suggesting rainfall amounts of about 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch here. And we all know it's almost impossible to make these maps in summertime because of the scattered nature of the storms. Heavier totals near the Gulf Coast. And again, no washout down there, but it will rain at times. But ooh, looky here. The Circle guys down at NHC have given the wave in the Yucatan Channel now a 70% chance of becoming a tropical cyclone in the next 48 hours. Hey. That thing really ramped up yesterday, and it sure looks good this morning. I think the likelihood of this becoming a tropical storm, it's very good. This will be Don. Not Dave, but Don, our late-night news anchor. Dave was hoping this would be his storm. Close, but not quite. This will be Don. The modeling is pretty scattered. The first batch we saw yesterday had it coming in below the mouth of the Rio Grande, that the BAM set, and the BAM set is basically still there, but the other guidance has come in farther north. Now, the Clipper, again, the one coming up toward Louisiana, as we often point out here, that is a statistical model, and that's not really the one you want to look at. You want to look at the dynamic models, and you've got the spread all the way from really Galveston Bay down to South Padre Island. But clearly, this is a Texas storm, and this could be a blessing here. This thing stays a tropical storm. It just comes in there and rains on a state that is parched. We'll look at the GFDL, and that's a good case right there for Texas, if that's right. It brings it up toward Galveston Bay in 72 hours at the end of the week as a tropical storm. The top winds at 10 meters, 43 knots. And sure, it'll be windy, but that's not the kind of thing that's going to produce a whole lot of damage and just get up in there and stall out and make it rain. That would be fantastic. The intensity models, most of them keep it below hurricane strength. You got the SHIPS model, it brings it up to a Category 1 hurricane. Most of them keep it as a tropical storm at landfall. And then, of course, once it moves inland, it all weakens. So while everybody certainly needs to, watch this along the Texas coast with great interest, underneath the potential for some issues there. The good news, this could be a big rain producer out there. All right, look at the GFS. This is the OZ run, valid at 7 o'clock this evening. Old Heat Ridge down here, and down below that, pretty much the same deal. The air over the northern half of the state is relatively dry, and we should do mid-90s today. Both the NAM and the GFS are at 97. They've been running too hot. I think 95 is more like it, 94, 95. I don't know if you'll tell the difference, but pretty hot. Hazy sunshine, chance of a storm pretty small where we are. All right, tomorrow the moisture surges northward, and we should begin to see an increase in convection, and the models bring the heat level down by about 5 degrees. And Friday looking relatively moist. In fact, both models look pretty wet with scattered to numerous showers and storms. All right, Saturday as we start the weekend, the heights coming back up. And still, though, underneath that is a lot of moisture trapped. And, if we reach the mid-90s, reach those convective temperatures, we'll see quite a few storms around in the afternoon. So, typical summer stuff. The sun will be out, at times rains on you with a storm, maybe a heavy storm. Sunday looks a little drier, but again, looking at these green blobs doesn't help a lot in summer. The overall parameters just don't look a lot different. Monday of next week, again, no reason to vary from the typical summer weather. There's Tuesday, looks a little drier, and a week from today, this is Wednesday of next week, and again, a loft. It's just little minor variations in temperatures and heights up there that you can't really pick out on these maps. And down below that, evidence that the storms might be a little thinner or fewer in number, and heat levels may be up a little bit, maybe mid-90s, something like that. All right, we'll check the end of the forecast. This is August 11th. The heights are down a little bit, not much. And again, some evidence of a weak surface boundary coming down this way. Typically, the first good front of the fall season doesn't show up until mid-September, so it's a month early for that. But they can get down here and stall out and maybe produce some decent rain. So we'll see. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video today. We'll have notes on the blog. The next video here by 3:30 or so today. And if you're local to us, we invite you to watch us on television this evening. ABC 3340 in Birmingham at 5, 6, and 10. Thanks for watching. Have a great day and God bless.
Thank you for trusting us to be your #1 source for news
in all of Central Alabama.
in back-to-back ratings periods.
More people watched ABC 3340
than any other station in Birmingham.